This is Wicked Roadie, a wicked good podcast about Rhode Island events and life. Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben DeCastro. Thank you so much for tuning in. And can you believe it? It is the unofficial start to summer.
We're here.
It is. We've made it. We've made it through the winter, despite the crazy weather.
That really wet spring.
The temperatures seem to be hovering at or above 59 degrees fairly consistently, although last week we had quite a heat wave.
Oh my gosh, I was not prepared for that.
Neither was I. I had to scramble in one day and rip out one of the air conditioners from the basement, get it up in the window because it was a little warm at night. My house tends to hold the heat after it gets warmed up by the sun, so it was a bit of a challenge. So we put the AC in one of the windows to begin with, and so
had you covered for that quick heat wave.
Yep, which was great. And now we're ready to go, and I could put the other one in at some point when it gets too hot. But
yeah,
I like the warm days.
Okay,
like. It's when we get into like the mid to end of July when it's that constant oppressive heat.
With the humidity.
Exactly. And listen, I love the warm weather. I am not complaining about the warm weather at all. I do not miss, the cold. I like going to the beach. Mm-hmm. I like driving with the Jeep totally naked. It's that top down, doors off for everybody, at home. I am not naked. This would be the episode that the governor listens to and says, "Gee, you know what? Maybe I won't go on that show ever." But the hot. Then I have the AC on in the house during the day because it's just nice to kind of get a little of reprieve.
Yeah.
But right now, this is the kind of weather. Bring it on! I love it.
This is right on the cusp before I become a lion, so my hair turns into this crazy frizz fro right around Memorial Day when the humidity strikes. So
not enough hair product in the world.
No, I actually had to call the hair salon today, and I was like, "Hey,
there's not enough Aquanet in Johnston that could tame." No,
truly.
Wow.
So
just offending so many people today.
It's all good. We were talking about Rhode Island common things, and I was so excited. I'd gone to Benny's a couple of years ago when I first had my son. I got one of those little pools. The little ones that everyone has. Those little plastic pools are like $7.
Yep.
So during that heat wave, I have two of them. I took one out for my kids, and then I sat in the shade, and I filled up the second one and stuck my feet in it while I sat in my chair. So I had like my own little cold foot spa. So for anyone listening who have those little kiddie pools, on those really hot days, just stick your feet in the kiddie pool, and you'll feel
it's a beautiful
20 degrees less.
But the most important thing you got to remember is when you do those kind of little pools, especially this year, I was talking with some of my friends over there at Big Blue Bug Solutions, you have to dump the water out at the end of the day. Don't let it sit for a day or two or empty it and let the pool sit upright because if any rain or water gets in there, it'll collect, and that is like perfect breeding ground for mosquitoes and everything else. So, switch the water out.
Yeah.
And it's you got to do it.
I like to water my plants with that water.
Absolutely, absolutely. Nothing like little
dirty kid water.
Absolutely, old pool water. Hey, it works. So if you're tuned in while you're on the road working or getting errands done, maybe you're sitting with feet in the pool as it is right now.
Yes.
Just sit back, listen, and enjoy. And if you hear something that piques your interest, we'll have all the links and info for you on our show notes and on our website, wickedroadiepodcast.com. All right, Mary, what do we have that is wicked interesting this week?
The 7th annual Kids Rock Chorus is having a concert on May 31st, so it's a Wednesday. So even though we usually talk about weekend events, this event is going to be coming up before our next episode of Wicked Roadie. I needed to get this in there. It's a great concert. It's from 6:30 till 8 p.m. It's going to be held at East Providence High School. So get this. The kids in East Providence, each week, the public school students, they have a 45-minute music class, just like regular kids in this state.
Gotcha.
But so in that, they get to learn about singing and instruments, composers, music reading, music history, all that great stuff. The students in the 4th and 5th grades are offered an extra bonus music class a week to perform in this group called the EP Kids Rock Chorus. And I believe that some of you may have heard these children sing before. Let me pull someone up.
All right.
Wow. So You remember when that jam first came out, the Benny's Jam, you know?
Absolutely.
So this group of children, they are so enthusiastic. Do you remember, gosh, I'm trying to think now, maybe even like 10 years ago when there were those videos from kids in public schools in New York City who would sing pop tunes and who were like really rocking it, and they were singing in the auditoriums. This is like the Rhode Island version. If you go online and you Google Kids Rock Chorus, you're going to see these kids singing so passionately, just 4th and 5th graders, and the staff, the teachers there, really, really into it. It's a huge amount of kids to know that this many kids at such a young age, boys, girls, I mean, you name it, are really so passionate and pumped about singing. And one of the great things is it's like rock tunes and oldies and songs that you're going to know too. I feel like a lot of parents, when they go to their kids' chorus concert, they sit there and they're like, I have no idea what this song is about, you know, because it's just children's choral literature that nobody has heard before. But this music, this is, you know, the Beatles and Neil Diamond and just all different kinds of, whether it was older music and now even to more modern music. But that, once again, is a place to definitely check out.
Well, Benny's has been, you know, they've been known to involve kids in different community things every year. So much to the fact that last year, I believe it was their Christmas concert, the Benny's jingle was sang during the Christmas concert at the cathedral in Providence, you know, the St. Peter's and Paul, like the big one, you know, where the Archbishop or the Pope or whoever it is, the Duke of
I'm not Catholic either, so I don't know.
You're listening to Protestant Benny over here. But it was actually sang in the beautiful, you know, cathedral that is in Providence.
Get out.
So there you go.
I need to find that YouTube video.
And the best part is, Benny's is run by a family of Jewish faith. So there you go.
Mazel tov.
It's all good. It's all across the board there. So that's pretty awesome. So all right. So that's our wicked interesting pick. So here's your wicked fun in the 401. You know, Mary, when it comes to the Pawtucket Red Sox, I was told the only thing you need to know is 4 words.
Tell me.
Fireworks every Saturday night.
Yes!
And this Saturday night is another Sox Fireworks Saturday Night Spectacular. Obviously, with Memorial Day weekend, it will be a patriotic theme. And the game is at 6:15 p.m., which otherwise known as the perfect time for a game. Aside from the 11 o'clock in the morning games, which I really like because I show up with a Dunkin' Donuts coffee, sit there, read, and I'm out of there by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They still have the day. But 6:15 start time. It's a great night to come out to the ballpark. The weather's going to be perfect. Come down, grab some food. They have a lot of different food selections this year. Just want to let you know.
Tell me.
They have, well, first and foremost, Dunkin' Donuts now being served on the concourse. Okay?
Yes.
First time in the entire history they've got Dunkin' Donuts.
I am surprised that it has taken this long.
I know. They've got chips and hummus. They've got salads. They've got your traditional ballpark franks. You've got you can have a nice sausage and peppers sandwich.
But they have healthy options,
too. They do have healthy options. They've got Papagenos on there, so you can have from a whole pizza to a Junior Gino. You can have it all right there. And, of course, they have your selection of beer as well, which is not served after the 7th inning. But after when the game ends, they throw out the line and, people go out on the field and can watch the fireworks spectacular set to music, which is always, always a treat. I
didn't know it was set to music. I know you've probably told me this now 5 times, and I have missed that part.
So I have to make room in my little announcer chair desk area. I have a little bit of counter space in front of me. Where I put my script, my beverage. Usually it's like Gatorade and water mixed together, and usually a couple chocolate chip cookies just to snack on as the game goes on. I like that choice. And I have to make a little bit of room to give up for this little transmitter box that plugs into our soundboard somehow.
Okay.
And it fires off the fireworks. It sends a signal to fire off the fireworks to the beat of the music.
So you are like the fireworks master.
No.
Oh.
I am not. That would be bad. That would be very bad. I am a firefighter.
Yes, you are.
I put fires out. There are licensed shooters and all those other guys on the other end, but this somehow synchronizes the firing mechanism. Way too many details. Just know it's a really great fireworks display happening at McCoy Stadium this Saturday night. Mary, what do you got?
Also going on Saturday night, man, after you leave Pawtucket, head on downtown to Providence because it is a full lighting of water fire. This is so exciting.
Actually, you know what? It's not fire water. Fire water is the bad kind of water that you get if you were like in Mexico or in some area where the water's not filtered. So water fire is good.
It's very good for you. Exactly.
Yes. Full lighting, though. That's great. I mean, you get a lot of exercise walking it up and down the Providence River there.
Put on your little Fitbit tracker and you're good to go. There's also, the Providence Riverboats Company also now has the kayaks. So, I mean, there's just so many great things going on the river during the day, during that whole weekend, but also with the lighting. People love water fire.
Sure.
This is one of my favorite times of year to go because the tourists aren't here yet.
Yeah.
The beach going tourists, this is when they might start to come. It is Memorial Day weekend, but this is kind of like our last Rhode Island hurrah. This space is ours. So really head on down. It's not going to be hot. The breezers get lit, let's see, 8-10 p.m. So you really could catch the game and then come for a good chunk of water fire afterwards.
Absolutely. I mean, the game will finish up around 9 o'clock, 9:15 if they don't go too many crazy innings. Maybe closer to 9. So once they fire off, sure, head right on down to Providence. Follow it up with a little dessert and a walk through Water Place Park there because the fires go till about 11 o'clock at night, correct?
I think they even go later.
Ooh.
I feel like I've spent many a late night strolling downtown Providence.
I usually don't make it that late. Yeah, I usually don't make it that late. You've got kid now. You can't be
gosh,
at that.
I'm not past 9 o'clock. I could go see water fire for a half hour.
Well, as we mentioned, this weekend is Memorial Day weekend, and one very moving event that happens for the second year in a row now is the Operation Stand Down Rhode Island Boots on the Ground for Heroes Memorial. It is happening all weekend long at Roger Williams Templeton Music, and this is something that, I wouldn't suggest taking little kids to it, but I certainly would take kids maybe 3rd, 4th, 5th grade to see it because it is a pair of boots that is representative for all the tribute to all our fallen heroes. 6,844 military boots placed there, representing the servicemen and women who gave their lives defending our nation's freedom in the global war on terror.
Wow.
So it is a very, very, I don't want to, somber is obviously an appropriate word, but it's very
respectful.
Absolutely. It's very poignant. It's very, it really puts things in perspective. And on Sunday, last year they had a speaking program. This year, what they're going to do on Sunday, May 28th, they are going to have a patriotic concert, a free patriotic concert, Sunday night, 6:30 p.m., featuring the governor's own 88th Army National Guard Band.
Awesome.
So that is a perfect time to come out, and it's a great tribute. You will not know it, but you'll see Gold Star families there, Gold Star moms, Blue Star moms.
I don't know what the different stars mean.
Well, the Gold Star mom is a mother of a soldier who was killed in action.
Okay.
And a Blue Star mom is a mother of somebody who is serving or deployed.
Oh, okay.
So the most recent episode of Carpooling with Ben, I had Rhonda Zeal, who is the president of the Rhode Island Blue Star Moms chapter. And they're a really great support group for each other because there are things that moms feel and process differently than dads or anybody else. So this is an excellent support group. They have wonderful, wonderful programs and outreach there through the Blue Star Moms. You can learn more about it by heading over to, obviously, our website, or you can follow it to my page. I have the episode there, and it's really an interesting look. So you'll see those folks there. It's just it's a really great tribute to to the fallen soldiers, some of which are from right here, Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts, nearby Connecticut.
Also going on this weekend, if you head on over the bridge, one of the two bridges, you can head on over to Newport Vineyards because they're going to be having their 15th annual spring celebration.
Going overseas, are we?
Right, exactly. It's going to be going on Sunday, May 28th. Great thing, of course, is that it is Memorial Day weekend. So if you wanted to have a little bit of wine Sunday later in the day, it's totally cool because you get to sleep in on Monday most likely. So it's going to be from 12 till 5. There's going to be grape stomping. There are going to be potato sack races through the vines.
Wow, that doesn't sound like a hazard at all.
I kind of actually love it.
That's Sign off on the waiver, kids.
Oh, the Little Compton Band's going to be there. There's going to also be some whiskey tasting from Sons of Liberty and noshing on different food created by their amazingly talented culinary team. So let me tell you, I went to their winter event, and it was so much fun. It actually felt like a spring day. And I said, we're going to have to come back when it is the spring celebration, because they just do a lovely job. And if you're someone who likes to try wines, why not try local wines? And this is one of the best ways to do it. You really get to walk around the property. It's gorgeous. It's going to be a great weather. So why not head out with some friends, go over the bridge. You'll get some great food while you're there as well.
Sure. Absolutely. Oh, that's right. Just over the border. Did you know we have a NASCAR-worthy track?
NASCAR-worthy? I didn't know.
Seekonk Speedway has been having races there since 1946, and from time to time they actually have NASCAR drivers there. Well, this weekend, it is the Memorial Day Thrill Show.
Ooh.
It is happening on Sunday. They will have the spectator drag races, car and truck enduro drag races, crazy figure 8 races. Let me tell you something about the figure 8 races here at Seekonk Speedway.
Tell me.
Right before you go through the X in the middle, right through the figure 8 where you cross over, the cars go up I think it's about a 5-foot hill.
Okay.
Which means you can't see who's in the middle of the X at that time.
Oh, goodness.
Now, if you hit it with enough speed, not going to say you're going to do Dukes of Hazzard all the way across and through, but you will get a little bit of air, and you don't know who's in there, so you may crash into somebody. So it's all a great time. You know, everything that's all Americana right there. They'll have the powder puff races, and you get there early for the chance to win a ride with Pride Hyundai around the track at the Speedway with a professional driver.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so get over there. This is such a cool event. Listen, few tips. 1, little kids, you're going to have to leave early.
Okay.
Okay, just understand that. You're going to leave early. There is not much for them to do. It is a big concrete and asphalt pit.
Okay.
Seating. You will want to bring a foldable seat back thing. If not, you can rent one there, but you want to bring one. Sunscreen, sunscreen, and a hat or 5 because it is, again, there is no shade.
Yep.
It is a racetrack. And you know what? If you've never been to a racetrack, that's okay. Before you go to Daytona or Indianapolis or any of these Talladega big motor speedways, you can go to Seekonk.
Hey.
Take it in. It's a great time. Let me tell you something. This is a fun afternoon of exciting,
It sounds really cool. And I've never really thought about it that way, that we really have like this NASCAR-worthy track.
I think we should have a minute with Mary at the NASCAR track just to expose you to it. I think that would be fun.
I agree.
That could become a viral YouTube sensation.
Oh my gosh, I'm just picturing myself on the Speedway. I have no idea what it would be like. Just
it is
sweating.
Not the Kentucky Derby.
No, very different.
Shows up with a big hat and the mint tulips.
In my little, perfectly pink dress.
What? There's more than one lap?
It's not 2 minutes long? What's going on? Well, anyway, today's wicked family-friendly suggestion that we have for you, I want you to head on over to Warwick, to Gaspee. You know, Gaspee Point, it's also where Warwick meets Cranston.
Sure.
One of our most famous spots in Rhode Island, where
Absolutely.
I feel like Rhode Islanders really feel like we took the first step in the revolution against the British.
Absolutely.
Burn down a ship. Way to go, guys.
That's right.
So the Gaspee Days Arts and Crafts Festival is going to be happening Saturday, Sunday, and Monday from 10 till 5. You get to come enjoy a day outside while you can shop and eat. There's going to be music. This is totally a kid-friendly event.
Now, there is also there's always a race that goes part of this.
That is that is in June. That's when they have the Gaspee Day
Well, just
parade.
come down and run and time yourself.
Right? There you go.
Okay.
Totally.
There you go.
I mean, the way that I feel about Gaspee Days is kind of like how Bristol does the 4th of July. It's not just on the 4th of July. It's like once it gets warm, Bristol starts to say, we're celebrating the 4th of July in June.
For 6 weeks.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So that's
Here's
kind
a
of
concert. Here's a ball.
Yes.
Here's a band contest.
We just like to be very patriotic in this
Nothing
state.
wrong with that.
Not at all. The more reason to celebrate. So listen, there's going to be tons of one-of-a-kind items that can only be found at this event each year. I have gotten so many gifts for people. I mean, sometimes art shows, I'm like, man, I can't find anything. This art show in particular is the art show that you go to pick up really unique holiday gifts, birthday gifts, all that kind of stuff, because it is such a awesome selection, and you can find things for people of all ages, your mom, your friends, you name it. There's going to be goodies and fair eats at the Patuxent Park. Children can enjoy the amusements and games. There are going to be over 60,000 people who walk up and down Narragansett Parkway on Memorial Day weekend. And if you've never been, Narragansett Parkway is actually very shaded. There's these beautiful big trees that overhang it. So still you want to bring some water, but you could dress like you were going to the Kentucky Derby if you wanted to go to this event. It is really, really lovely. So once again, that is the Gaspee Days Arts and Crafts Festival. It is happening Saturday, Sunday, and Monday in Patuxent.
If you, is it the end of the show already?
Yeah. Can you believe it?
My goodness.
I know, it flew by.
I was
many fun
I was
things.
looking for another event to talk to, because there's a ton of events that are happening out there.
Do you want to throw something else in?
No. If there's something you want to talk about at some point, or you want to share with us, you can find all the notes on our website. You can suggest events and send suggestions to us on our Facebook page. So, I mean, seriously, this is your podcast. This is the podcast of the people.
That is so true.
Everything we talked about today can be found on our website, wickedroadiepodcast.com.
Connect with us on Facebook and Instagram. It's the best way to reach us when you're being online and being social. And of course, if you go to any of these events, use the hashtag WickedRoadie. It is so fun, even if you're not taking photos, to look at what people are doing with the hashtag WickedRoadie. You are going to find so many treasures in this state that you didn't even know existed, that are just so beautiful in these little corners of our state. So once again, the hashtag WickedRoadie. Check it out.
And that would be on Instagram, or as Bill Belichick calls it, Instaface. For
yes.
advertising and sponsorship information, you can email us at wickedroadiepodcast@gmail.com.
All right, folks. Have the best Memorial Day weekend. I'm so excited for you. So until next time, I'm Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben DeCastro.
And you've been listening to Wicked Roadie. We'll have more for you next Thursday.